Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. I have another sheath to show you that I've made for Scott from Australia. And Scott and I have been doing trades for the better part of a year. He sends me some knives to keep and some other ones that he wants sheathed, and I send him back some custom Kydex. So what we have here is one of the knives that he sent over to me for a sheath. This is the Benchmade Nestucca, and there's probably a more complex name, but at least that's what I think it's called. Just looks kind of like a combination between a Nestucca and a cleaver. That's a really cool blade. Really nice big ring in the center here that you can get good various grips on. And I would think that this would be something really useful for like food prep or just campsite tasks, things like that. This is a nice knife. So I kind of puzzled over this one for what kind of sheath to even make for it. The stock sheath, I thought I had it sitting around here. Maybe not. It's just a little leather thing that goes around here, and it's got a little snap strap over the top to retain it. So it's pretty simple, but the whole idea that I came up with was he wanted something that was Tech-Lock friendly. So I just came up with a really basic Kydex sheath, taco style, for him, and I used flat dark earth and what's called whiskey texture Kydex. It's this brown leatherish texture. It's an alternative to like the Raptor texture, which let's see. Yeah, here's the Raptor texture, which comes in brown and black and a couple others. And this whiskey texture is just a different option. This one also comes in brown, black, and like London tan or something like that. So anyway, I really like this combo a lot, and I thought it'd be a cool one to throw on this particular knife. So basically it is a super simple sheath. The retention is mostly coming from the Kydex molding in just behind the metal along the backside here, but it's not so aggressive that it's going to be scratching the blade. It'll probably leave just a little bit of streaking on it, but Scott doesn't mind that. So if you guys are interested in, if you have one of these and you want a sheath for it, just be aware up front, there's not really anything to grab onto on the handle to get you a Kydex click, that kind of retention. If you wanted a sheath that had a retention strap on it, I could do that. But if you want it to have any kind of click retention, it's going to have to be directly behind here, or possibly in the finger hole in the center. But my preference is to put it back here. It seems to work a little easier. So in any event, here's what we got. It goes in very easily. The only thing, actually, I should show you, you don't want to, I just tried to do it, but you don't want to do it. You don't want to just push with one finger, because it's actually going to tilt the knife so that the point is lower than it's supposed to be. What you want to do is just hold the handle and make sure it stays straight, and kind of keep the spine of the knife lifted up into the sheath so that it just aligns properly. But what you wind up with is a pretty good setup. It doesn't really rattle. Oops, almost dropped it there. You can hear it. It's starting to come loose if you shake it, but that's because I didn't want to make it really aggressively molded here, because it would scratch the knife over time, which I'm trying to avoid. So that said, it's not just going to fall out on you. You could carry it inverted. You could probably even run with it inverted, and you're not going to have any issues. Scott's most likely going to carry this upright or horizontal. But just to show you real quick, I have a Tech-Lock that I have kind of cannibalized the parts off of for other Tech-Locks, but I use it. I just keep this one in the shop for drill hole patterns, all that. So you can line up the drill holes on the edge here. So this is 1.5 inches, that's 1.5 inches, and you can find other spacings that'll work. If you ever wanted to line up at the bottom here, these two will work. If you wanted to go, let's see, how did I do it? Through these two, you could do that. And I'd found a couple other, yeah, if you decided, for instance, that you wanted to carry it canted like this for a cross draw, you could do that. or just canted, you know, on your dominant side, so you draw kind of backwards, up and backwards. You have all those options. So every hole on here will match up with some other hole on the TechLock grid, so that's kind of nice. And also, because TechLock and Molly locks have similar drill hole spacing, you could just put a Molly on here and ride that on a pack. So that'll work nicely. As far as drawing it goes, there's no thumb ramp or anything like that. It's just going to be grab like with your ring finger and your pinky at the edge of the knife and just draw it out. It's got a super smooth draw. Like I said, there's not really much click retention. It's just the smallest bit to keep it from rattling around and keep it retained in the sheath. So there you go. I'm shaking the living daylights out of it. It took like 5 or 6 shakes to break that free, and it's still not going to fall out totally on its own. So non-traditional retention, but pretty decent retention nonetheless. So okay guys, that's what I got for you. Scott has some TechLocks already, so he doesn't want me to send him TechLocks. He's just going to install that himself, and that's why it's not already on there. So there we go. If you like this project, hit that like button. If you like this channel, please subscribe. Comment down below and let me know what you think of this, and share it with all your friends. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and stick around for the next one. God bless.